So right in front of me, I've got the 9 or 10 different steps that go into you being able to make your first sale and just the entire process of the dropshipping business model. So step number 1 is that you obviously need to build your website and start listing products. Now, of course, at this stage, you would have already done your product research for you to find the winning product that you're happy to sell, and you would have already found a supplier that you're happy to use as well. But once you've gone through that entire process, you would have built your website and started listing those products on your site for customers to buy. Now, most people always ask me, Sam, what is the best platform to use when it comes to building a dropshipping business? And there's so many different options out there. You can either use platforms like eBay, Shopify, WooCommerce. Some people even dropship on Amazon too, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend. But in my opinion, I would say that the two best platforms to use is either eBay or Shopify. So one of the main pros to selling on a marketplace such as eBay is that you're going to have access to over 160 million visitors that pass through eBay every couple months. However, one of the main cons is that you're going to have to follow all of eBay's rules. And because eBay is their own business, they're going to set out various different rules that may favor them as a company, but may not favor you. However, when it comes to using Shopify to build your own dropshipping business, you're going to have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to running your business in the way that you want to. So it all depends on what plans you have for the future and which platform you're more comfortable with. However, let's say that you do go down the route of building your own website using something like Shopify. The next step is figuring out exactly how you're going to direct traffic to your store. And when I say traffic, what this simply means is that you now need to figure out exactly how you're going to get visitors to even know that your store exists. And there's various different ways that you can do this. You can do this by using paid ads, or you can do it using various different free methods. In my opinion, when it comes to building an e-commerce store specifically, I always advise beginners to use both methods, because by using organic methods, you're going to be able to establish your business in a way that you don't necessarily have to rely on paying any money for you to get people onto your website. But the benefit to using paid ads is that you're going to instantly be able to get customers onto your website. Number 2, you're going to be able to optimize your ads in a way that when you put in a certain amount of money, you're going to know that you're going to get a certain amount of profit and revenue back. But whatever the case is, at this stage, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to get people to be aware of your store and how you're going to build up a steady stream of traffic. Step 3 that a lot of beginners don't really think about is collecting all of your visitors' email addresses. So whenever I build a brand new Shopify dropshipping store, I always like to make sure that I've got certain systems in place so that I'm collecting every single visitor's email address. Reason being is because in the future, I'm going to be able to let them know about any offers. I'm also going to be able to entice them to possibly come back and buy my product again, or even future products that I might add to the store. Because I already know that they're interested in the type of items that I'm selling because they was on my website to begin with, I'm going to be able to let them know about any deals, any discounts that I may have in the future. So this is definitely an important step when it comes to any beginner that's thinking about starting their dropshipping business. So moving on to the 4th step, after you've built your website, after you've directed traffic to your store, and after you started collecting your customers' email addresses, some of the customers are going to now start to buy from you. It's very important to remember that not every single visitor that comes across your store is going to buy your product. And that's why it's very important to make sure that you're building up your traffic sources, because the more you're able to build up the amount of people that come onto your website, essentially you're increasing your likelihood of being able to make more money. But once a customer places an order on your store, the next thing that you need to make sure that you're doing every single time is to send the customer a confirmation email. So I'd say that this is one of the benefits of using something like Shopify, which is that they're very efficient when it comes to sending out confirmation emails automatically. You don't necessarily need any sort of third-party app when it comes to sending confirmation emails out. But the reason why I put it as a step right here is because you need to remember that when it comes to you building your brand new e-commerce dropshipping website, there's a high likelihood that the person that bought from you most likely has never heard of your business before, which means that there's instantly going to be a certain level of worry that maybe they've got scammed, or maybe they may not receive the item, or maybe they didn't buy from a trustworthy place. So the best way for you to mitigate that level of fear that that customer has after they've placed an order is by sending them a confirmation email. And within the actual email, you just need to make sure that you're including the customer's delivery address as well as the item that they bought, because this is a great opportunity for the customer to read through their order to make sure that they've ordered the right item and they've also included the right delivery address. You wouldn't believe how many times that a customer has emailed me after they bought a product from me, letting me know that they bought the wrong one, or maybe they sent it to the wrong place, which gives me time to make any amendments that I need to make to the order so that I don't end up wasting my time and the customer's time. Alright, so moving on to the 6th step of this whole process, which is that you're now going to buy the product from your supplier. So as I already mentioned at the start of this video, this is where a lot of people end up getting confused about how dropshipping works. And it's very simple. Once you make a sale for whatever product you've listed on your store, you're going to go over to your supplier's website and then place the order on their store and give your supplier all of your customers' information in terms of their name and their address. And at this stage, you're also going to buy the product from them. And I think it goes without saying that the price that you would have listed the item for on your website would have been slightly higher than the price that your supplier is charging, because of course that's the only way that you're going to be able to make a profit. So during this step, you would have bought the product from your supplier and given them your customers' information. And when it comes to which supplier that you should use, there's so many different options out there. Some good beginner ones that I always recommend is AliExpress, CJ Dropshipping, Alibaba.com. Now, of course, there's different pros and different cons when it comes to using these different suppliers, but I would recommend these three as they're very easy to use. So whichever supplier that you end up using, once you've given them your customers' information and you bought the product from your supplier, the supplier is now going to ship the order to your customer. So this is another step that a lot of beginners get confused on. A lot of people message me and say, Sam, is the supplier going to ship the product to me and then I'm going to have to ship it to the customer? But that's not the case when it comes to starting a dropshipping business. Now, if you was buying the products in bulk from, let's say, China, then in that case, the supplier is going to ship you the products and then it's going to be your job to now pack and pick all of the orders and then ship it to the customer. However, when it comes to starting a dropshipping business, you're not necessarily going to have to ever see the product because it's going to get shipped directly to the customer from the supplier. And once the supplier does inform you that they've now shipped the order, it's going to be your duty to get the tracking number from the supplier and then update the customer with the tracking information. I would say that this is another important step that every single person needs to be aware of, especially when it comes to dropshipping, because as I said, it's going to take some time for the customer to receive it. Because the item is being shipped from China and it's not being shipped domestically, that means that it's going to take a couple extra days for the customer to receive it. But what I like to do with every single one of my e-commerce businesses, once the order is on its way to the customer, is update them with the tracking information ASAP. And this is for a number of different reasons. Number one, it's going to reduce the amount of complaints or emails that you're going to get from your customers, because if you're able to update the customer with the tracking information as soon as it's been shipped, they're going to essentially be able to track it themselves without having to ask you every 5 minutes, where's my item? The second reason why you want to update the customer as soon as possible with the dispatch information is because it's going to reduce any potential chargebacks. And if you don't know exactly what a chargeback is, this is where the customer can call up their bank and get their money back. And this is something that you don't want as a dropshipping business owner, because you're going to have to automatically pay the price that the customer paid, but you're also going to get charged an additional fee on top from the bank. And you would have most likely lost out on the price that you paid for the product because now the customers got it, which means that you're not able to get a refund from your supplier. So again, it's very important to make sure that you update the customer with the tracking information as soon as you receive it from your supplier. And the final step to the whole dropshipping business model is that the customer now receives their order. And hopefully from this point, you've got a happy customer that's most likely going to leave you a positive review. And if you're also selling items that they may want to come back and buy again once they finish using it, you're going to be able to build up repeat orders. But of course, there's so much more that goes into starting a dropshipping business. I just wanted to give you guys the complete basics just so that you fully understand how it works if you're a complete beginner. But if you want to sign up to a completely free webinar where I go through my story as to how I was able to get to $1,000 in profit every single day with one of my first ever Shopify stores, then you can sign up for that free webinar by clicking the first link in the description down below. Or if you'd rather watch another YouTube video where I go into a little bit more detail and go through some other things that's very important that you need to be aware when it comes to starting an e-commerce dropshipping business moving into 2023 and beyond, I'm going to leave that video right there. Make sure you check that video out straight after this one because it's already helped out so many people and I'm sure that it's going to help you out too. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.